standard deviation. Standard deviation. Now this is the actual measure that is going to find out the average distances between the given number of observations. The another name of standard deviation is called as variance. Variance. The square of the standard deviation is called as variance. See, I'm just showing an example of formula over here. Standard deviation is denoted by sigma is equal to square root of 1 by n summation x minus x bar whole square is our formula. Now, what do you mean by variance here? Squaring on both sides. Then sigma square is equal to, we will not have square root here, 1 by n summation x minus x bar whole square. That means sigma square is called as variance and sigma is called as standard deviation. Okay, I hope the concept is clear for you. And this is also one of the measure which is the most preferred measure in finding out the measures of dispersion. And again, we have three categories. What are those categories, man? N observations, ungrouped data, and as well we have grouped data to find out the answer. Let's start with the n number of observations. Let's take the same example, n observations. I just gave you 5 observations over here. So how do we take up this problem? Let's start solving this problem. So I already told you that how do we find out the solution to a problem? Do not worry about the answer. Worry about the formula. What is the formula given to us? How I can generate those values? Now look at this one. 1 by n. N means what? Small n is number of observations. Capital N is total frequency. So number of observations means there are 5 observations given. My answer is 5 over here. It is confirmed. Now next, summation of something square. Summation means addition. To find out addition, what is the first thing I need to find out? X minus x bar whole square. Now if I wanted to find out x minus x bar whole square, first I need to find out x minus x bar. If I wanted to find out x minus x bar, first I need to know what is x bar. Then only I can find out x minus x bar whole square. Then only I can find out summation x minus x bar whole square. Okay, this is how we find out our problem. So according to that, I started already with the table here. Now our given number of observations are what here? 1 to 5. So n is equal to, answer is 5. First of all, let us find out the average of the observations of x. How do we find out the x bar, man? X bar is equal 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 whole divided by 5 is equal to 15 divided by 5 is equal to, sorry, 3 is our answer. The mean of the given observations is mean. So now what is saying? X minus x bar. These are the x values and we have x bar has 3 value. Now the first one is what? 1 minus 3 is equal to how much here? It is minus 2. Next one, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Next, 3 minus 3 is 0. 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus 3 is 2. So these are x minus x bar values. Now x minus x bar. So minus 2 whole square. Minus 2 whole square is equal to how much? It's 4. Next, yes, please. Minus 2 whole square is 4. Next value is 1 square is 1. Next 0 square is 0. 1 square is 1. Next 2 square is 4. Now what is the answer, man? 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. So summation x minus x bar whole square answer is 10. Now how do I need to find out the answer of sigma? Sigma here. Sigma means first I need to find out. Just a moment. Sigma is, sorry. Sigma is equal square root of what? Numerator divided by denominator. That means numerator, summation x minus x bar whole square is 10. 10 divided by, what is the numerator here? It is n is 5. So close the bracket. That is equal to square root of, the answer is 10 by 5 is 2. So what is the answer of square root of 2, men?
1.414.
So that is our
1.414.
exactly. So our standard deviation answer is how much, man? 1.414. So the average distance, the average distance from mean, uh, the average distance from mean is 1.4. Okay. So now, next thing, see, this is what, see, I just told you na, from 3, the distance of 1 is how much here? 2. The distance from 3 to 2 is 1. The distance from 3 to 4 is 1 and 3 to 5 is 2. That is how we got our answers. Whether it is negative or positive, we are not concerned about that one. We are concerned to what extent they are deviated from the actual value. Okay. Second problem, let us move on to the ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. This is the simplified best formula. By seeing the formula, we might be get confused, but this is the simplest formula what we have to solve for uh, standard deviation. Okay. So now the formula of ungrouped data is sigma equal to square root of summation fd square by n minus summation f into d by n whole square. Now to find out these values, what are the things that are requirement to find out the answer? See again, what is given in the problem? X values and frequencies are given. So f means frequency, directly I can get those values. So in this, the new denominator value, first take out the denominator here, it is capital N. Capital N means total frequency. Just simply adding the frequencies is called as capital N. Now next one is summation f into d. F into d means what? First I need to find out d. Here d means what? X minus a. So once I got to know d, then I can find out f into d. Then I can go for the summation of that one. Next case is summation f d square. D square means first I need to find out the square of the d, then multiply with f. When if I add that, I'll get summation f d square. I'll just show you that. See here. See, let us move on to the next page. See here, x values and frequencies are given. So I can find out d values from the x values. Once I square that, I'll get d square value. Now once I multiply this d with f, d into f, I'll get fd. Now next thing is that f into d square, I'll get fd square. So simply we can find out our answers here. Now let us assume one value as a value. So here I would like to take 3 as a value. Again, you can ask me that why you are taking only a, sir, why can't we assume the other values? Of course, you can take whatever the value you wanted to. You can select either from 0 to 7, whichever the value you would like to. But if you select the middlemost value, we will have the beauty of the problem. See, our multiplication gets very simple over here. Now, see, what is our x value for the first value? 0. So 0 minus 3 is equal to minus 3. Next, immediately we'll get minus 2, minus 1, 0. Means 1 minus 3 is minus 2, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get a sequence of increasing order. We get a sequence of an increasing order. Now immediately let us square them. Let us square them. Minus 3 whole square is equal to 9. 3 square is 9, 2 square 4, 1 square is 1, 0 square is 0, again 1, 4, 9 and 4 square is 16. We have got
Sir,
D
1
and
4,
D.
sir.
Yes, thank you. It is 1, 4, 9 and 16. So now let us multiply F with these two columns. We'll get next two columns. Now F into D. 14 threes. 14 threes.
42.
2, sir.
Minus 42. Next
42, sir. Minus 40.
I got again minus 42. Next 25 into 1 is 25. Next 0 into 43 is 0. 1 into 51 is 51. Next 2 into 40 is
160, sir.
80. Yes, please.
160, sir. 40 into
160,
4.
sir.
I am finding out F into D, not 40 into
Into
4. I am
2.
finding 40 into 2. It's 80. So 39 into 3,
170.
117. And next one is 12 fours are 48.
48.
Okay, fine. Next column answers are, now I'm going to multiply with D square
49,
column.
sir.
That is 49 are.
Sir, 40 into 4, 160, sir.
Array, here I have just multiplied 40 into 2, that is 80. I am multiplying F
126.
into T. I'm not multiplying with D square. Now you will get the answer as 160. Okay, see here.
81, 4,
Once
sir.
concentrate. So you tell
84.
here, you mute yourself. Now 14 into 9,
126.
126.
126. Next 21 into 4,
84.
4, sir.
84. Now next 25 into 1, again 25. Next 0 into something is obviously 0. 51 into 1 is 51 again. Now 40 into 4 is 160. Okay. Now 39 into 9,
351.
351. And 12 into 16,
192, sir.
192.
is 2. Now just add me these totals and tell me. Summation F into D. Add this column. I need summation F into D. Actually, this is minus 25. Is it 212? Summation F into D? It's not, right? So what would be the answer for this summation FD here?
One
187.
187, sir.
187. And the last column total is
989.
980. Let's substitute these values into our formula. Okay. So now let us go with the formula, that is called square root of, we have two expressions here. Okay, we have two expressions. Our first expression is let me type this, then you can unmute yourself and let me know the answer. So our first formula is what? Summation FD square by n. Summation FD square by n. 989 divided by 245. Because capital N is the total of the frequency, we got the answer as 245. Okay. Minus we have summation FD by n whole square. Summation FD by n whole square. So by that, summation FD is 187 divided by again 245. It is whole square. Just find out the answer and let me know. What's the answer?
One 1.8585, sir.
1.8585.
8585, sir.
Okay, let me confirm with the others also. Someone got 1.809. That means 1.81.
1.8585, sir.
Okay, fine. So the standard deviation of the given observations is 1.85. If someone is asking you to find out the variance, just square these answers. So you'll get the answer of variance also. Okay, this is how we find out the answer. This is the answer for ungrouped data. Finding the standard deviation of grouped data. The formula is sigma equal to C into square root of summation fd square by n minus summation f into d by n whole square. The formula would be same for both ungrouped data and grouped data as well. But the only difference over here is we multiply with C. We multiply with class interval, because grouped data will be having class interval, and the formula would also be changed like d equal to x minus a by c. Earlier in ungrouped data the formula is x minus a, but in grouped data the formula is x minus a by c. And the rest of the values, capital N is as well as total frequency, C is width of the class interval, F is frequency of the given distribution. So we were given one problem that class intervals and frequencies are given, and we need to find out the standard deviation of this problem. See, I have copied these values onto the table. I have got class intervals, all the exclusive class intervals, these are not inclusive class intervals, okay, and the frequencies are given. Now we need to find out x value to find out the rest of the values, and x values are always called as the middle values of the given distribution. If you wanted to know why only x is taken as the middle values, please check out my videos which is of calculation of mean values. Okay, calculation of measures of central tendency in mean, I have already explained why we are taking the middle value. So here x values are obviously middle values 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55 and 65. These are our middle values. Now finding out the d value, again let me assume a value as 35. So I am taking a value as 35. Now 5 minus 35. Here our form, see, let me make this generalized formula again, that is equal to, here x value is all other values, so x remains as usual, x minus 35 whole divided by, our width of the class interval is how much here? It is 10.
10.
So I'm dividing with 10. Now 5 minus 35 is minus 30, divided by 10 is minus 3. Next, 15 minus 35 is 20, minus 20 divided by 10 is 2. So minus 2,
Minus 2.
minus 1,
Minus
0.
1, 0, 1, 2, 3.
So I've got these values, simply squaring them, 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay, we have got d square values also. Now simply multiplying frequency values with the d values. Now 6 3s are 18, but it is minus 18. Next value is 5 into minus 2, minus 10. Next 8 into 1, it's 8. Sorry, it's minus 8.
Minus 8, sir.
Next 15 into 0 is 0. 7 ones are 7.
7,
6 2 12, and the 3 3s are 9.
9.
Multiplying frequency values with my d values, I get to d. Move yourselves. Now next, finding out f into d square. Now 6 9s are f into d square. 6 9s are 54. Next 5 4s are 20. Next 8 1s are 8.
8.
Next something is 0. Please mute yourself here. Now 7 7s are 49. Next 6 4s are 24. Next 3 9s are 27. You just tell me the answers of these values. Now how do we find out the summation? What is
Minus 8.
summation? It's minus 8. Okay. The last one is
182.
182. So let us substitute these values into our formula. So again, just simply substituting sigma is equal, first I need to multiply with c, right? Our c value is how much? 10. 10 into, now square root of again two expressions. What is our first expression? Summation fd square by n. Summation fd square is 182 divided by n is 50 over here. Now next, minus the second expression is summation fd by n whole square. That means minus 8 divided by 50 whole square.
$19.01, sir.
19.01 is the answer. So that is how we calculate our standard deviation answers. So see the problem, once you see the problem, it might be difficult, but while calculating that will be simple. Just our logic in finding out the answer is identify the formula. What is the formula to find out the problem? So, and now you try to grab these values from the table. Whatever the problem is given to us, see, this is the problem given to us where the class intervals and frequencies are given. Just drag these values and to get this value. Okay, so that simply finding the answers, we have got this one.